Joining us on the phone is heavyweight contender Eric Molina. Eric fights next weekend on the undercard of the Ruiz Joshua card, and he's one of the only men to have fought both Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua. Eric, are you there?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Hey, what's going on, champ?
What's up, Eric?
How
How are you?
I'm good, man. Here, getting ready to get myself together. We're about to train in about an hour or so.
Nice. So, Eric, you have a fight coming up on the Andy Ruiz and Anthony Joshua fight on December 7th. What can you tell us about your opponent, Filip Hrgovic, I believe I'm pronouncing it
Hrgovic.
wrong? What do you know about him?
I know that when they first gave me the call, I woke up one day and I started getting, opened up my Instagram and I saw messages from media across the world saying that Hrgovic had announced the fight, that he was going to fight me. I'll be honest, I didn't know who he was.
Right.
And I didn't know anything about the fight. So, I looked him up a little bit and seen him. He's a tough kid. Later on, a couple days go by and Eddie Hearn finally gets a hold of me for this fight.
Mm.
And that's how the whole fight happened. And, I relatively didn't know much about him. So,
But to be fighting now in Saudi Arabia, I mean, that's pretty crazy. I mean, how excited are you for this fight?
absolutely, man. I've fought the best of this era, the best of this heavyweight era.
Mm.
And I feel that in most of the fights that I'm talking about, I fought these guys in their backyard. So I've had a tough career, and to be part of this event, when I heard about the event a couple months back, I had a little feeling that I was going to be a part of it in some way, fashion, and sure enough, it came through. We're on the undercard pay-per-view of it, and to fight. And to be a part of this event, and this is what I say is like, this is an iconic event. This is going to go down like the Thriller in Manila. This is going to go down like when Muhammad Ali fought. When he fought George Foreman. This is going to be that type of event.
Who's your pick on the main
I
event?
just feel so blessed. Yeah.
So,
Who are you picking on the main event?
Man, you know what? I got to go with Andy Ruiz. I'm going to go with Andy Ruiz. I think his style's all wrong for Joshua. I think Joshua will make some adjustments, but I think Andy Ruiz will adjust to those adjustments. And I just kind of feel like Andy Ruiz has taken Joshua's best shot, and he's pushed through it. And Joshua hasn't taken Andy Ruiz's best shot and passed and worked through it. So that's a big mental thing to have to overcome in this next fight. So, I feel that push comes to shove, I think that Ruiz has the beard to take the punishment and keep moving forward. So,
Right. Well, you've definitely been in the ring with both Wilder and Anthony Joshua. Now, let me ask you, from your experience with both guys, who do you feel is the better fighter of the two?
Man, I'd have to say hands down that Wilder is the best fighter. I say this to a lot of people around me, and you just spoke about it earlier in your show.
Mm.
I say Wilder, and you guys compared him to Mike Tyson, but I compare Wilder to the hardest hitting the hardest hitting boxer of all time. Mike Tyson was the most ferocious boxer, his style, everything that came with him. But Deontay Wilder brings an impact of one punch
Right.
that we've never seen in the boxing heavyweight division. So he could lose every second of every round, and he could turn your lights off and win the fight. And I don't think that we've ever seen that with one punch like that in boxing.
It's definitely devastating. I mean, to be able to literally turn a whole fight around off just one punch is kind of scary.
And I say it because it's been done by fighters in the history of boxing. Yes, it has been.
Right.
But it hasn't been done in that percentage of amount of time, which is huge. I mean, there's been many fighters that have been great at one-punch knockouts. But Deontay Wilder is just on a completely different level. And I believe that his IQ in the ring, his setting up his punches, I think that he's arguably the hands down the best, hardest puncher in the world.
That's impressive. Now, let me take it back a couple bit. Let me ask you about your promotional situations. Are you signed with Eddie Hearn?
No, I work with Don King,
Okay.
and I've been with Don now for like 7 years.
Only in America.
And yeah,
What's it like working with Don?
Working with Don's never easy, but you know what? I'm able to work. One thing that the people need to know about me is I'm a public servant. I've been teaching for 8 of the last 10 years of my life. I fought every single big heavyweight fight you could think of while I was a teacher. So,
wow.
When it comes to these type of fights and making these fights, to me, it's never really been hard to do. It's like, yeah, let's go do it. I love this. I love it. And so, yes.
So now let me ask you, you were suspended for 2 years for an anti-inflammatory. How did that have an effect on you and your career?
Man, it was. I kind of feel like I really needed that time out.
Interesting.
But it was definitely a very dark place of my life and my career, because I sat back and I got punished 2 years for anti-inflammatory. It's not even performance enhancing.
Right.
I've been in the game 13 years now, and I failed a test literally for it was an accidental anti-inflammatory, and I got punished harder than you've ever heard of anybody be punished in the sport.
2 years is
And
crazy.
I'm sitting back and I'm watching guys get popped with anabolic steroids and fight within months.
It's definitely an injustice in that sense.
I don't want to harp in on this so much because I'm a positive guy.
Right.
But there is a fighter that is going to be fighting December 7th who got caught with several anabolic steroids. They still let him fight. Nothing has happened to him, and he'll be fighting December 7th.
Is he fighting on that same card as you?
Yeah.
That's unreal.
Is that not mind-boggling to some people?
Yeah, that's definitely. There's definitely a lot of injustice in that. I feel like there's definitely based on who you have some backing you up.
Absolutely, and it shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be like that because I feel like, of course, that's not none of my business. I worry about my business.
Right.
And I worry about this fight. I think the 2 years that they sat me out, I kind of feel like it let my body heal. And man, I was taking big fight after big fight after big fight on short notice. And so I feel like these 2 years, man, it really made me stronger, and it really let me heal. And I just feel so blessed, man, to be. I don't look at, one of the things that I say is that these past 2 years, man, I really, really grew a hate towards boxing.
Wow.
Of the ruggedness, of the unfairness of it. I remember telling my wife, I never want to affiliate myself with boxing. I don't want to hit a bag. When I retire, I'm done with this.
Wow.
And I was so frustrated watching what would happen around the world with some of these fighters, and I would stay quiet about it. But I'm at peace with myself because now, moving on, I get that out of my life, and I realize that one thing: no matter what I say or do, boxing will always be this way.
Right.
So I really don't. This will be probably one of the last times I speak about this matter, because my life, I'm a positive person. I don't like to hold that type of energy.
Right.
But it is what it is, and I believe God has His plan, and I don't doubt it. I just thank Him for giving me the chance. Man, I started my career 0-1, 0-1,
Right.
knocked out in the first minute of the first round. God had His path for me, and I don't ever question it. And I'm at peace. I love the sport. I've been able to replace that hate, and I love it again.
You went on an
I
18 fight winning streak after you lost your first bout, which is very impressive.
That's right. And I've been able to challenge for the heavyweight title 2 times, and I strongly believe that there is absolutely no way that happens without God having that plan for you.
Well,
So,
let me ask you.
I don't.
Well, let me just ask you real quick, since you fought them both, who would have won Joshua versus Wilder?
I always say Wilder knocks him out. Wilder knocks him out within the first time he touches him. There's something that Wilder does now, and I've been in with the ring with Wilder now for between 30 and 40 rounds.
Quick question. How do you rank the top 5 heavyweights right now?
Wilder,
Definitely Wilder's number 1.
Tyson Fury, Andy Reese, Joshua, and Luis Ortiz.
Yeah, that's solid.
Now, let me ask you about these guys. Like, let's say these guys coming up into the heavyweight division. You have Usyk, you have prospects like Otto Wallen, the UK guy. What's his name? I forgot his name. Something with a D. Anyways, but these guys up and coming. Like, what are your thoughts on these guys? Do you think these guys? Who do you favor as? Who has the most
Daniel
chance?
Dubois.
That's the guy I was talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that kid, man, because I've been called for every single one of those guys, and I'll be honest with you, I think that out of all those names that you listed, you know, the toughest fight for me would be Daniel Dubois. The guy's strong, he's massive, he's big, and he's making the right strides to get to that level. When you mention all those, I think Joe Joyce has fought the same way every single fight. But I've seen a progression in Daniel Dubois being stronger, more ferocious, and so I definitely see him taking the right strides.
All right, check the quick question. You fought the best in the heavyweight division. What are your thoughts on Usyk moving up to the heavyweights? Do you think he's gonna have a big effect?
Man.
And honestly, I don't think he's a threat to anybody in the heavyweight division.
Yeah. I think that the heavyweight division, man, I mean, I'm 6'5", 245, 250 pounds, and I'm small. So these guys are big guys, man. So I get it. He's crafty and he can move, but I don't believe that he's got the power I don't think he's got the power to
Make these guys respect him.
I don't see it.
What was your
That's
thought?
just
What
my
was your
opinion,
thought on
though.
his debut in the heavyweight division? What was your thought on his
Well, I
fight?
actually got called for that fight, and I said I would love to fight that fight. He didn't impress me. Like, he didn't impress me. I guess when you see, like, when I see a heavyweight fight, I want to see somebody do what Daniel Dubois does.
So,
Like, when you see his knockout, you say, "Damn, this kid's strong." And I didn't say that towards Usyk. So
are you already in Saudi Arabia?
now we leave on Friday, and we got still a week of sparring, and we got still a week of some training to finish up here.
When did you leave?
We leave Friday.
So, what's your prediction for your fight?
Man, I'm so confident with this fight. I think styles make fights, and I'm just feel so blessed that I've been able to put myself in this position to be strong, focused, and just so I got all negative energy removed from my life, and I feel at peace, and I have the right people around me, and I'm just really excited to go fight, and I could definitely see. I can see Hrgovic in some spots, and that he's never experienced before in his career.
Well, that's amazing. Well, definitely,
He's gonna experience those things.
we definitely all wish you all the best out there.
We're gonna be cheering for you. We love hearing your
Thank
story.
you, guys.
We hope to have you again here on the show.
All right.
Thank you very much for
Awesome,
joining
man.
us.
Thank you guys for having me. Yes, thank you.